Hey, look at me. I look like I got safety glasses on. These are supposed to be stylish.
So you need safety equipment for me.
I'm starting to reconsider this decision. But I'm keeping them on anyway. So Vicky's here. She's my special guest to get her makeup done today. She's my very first makeup
Woohoo!
doing job, whatever you want to say. So here we go. Vicky's face is freshly cleaned. And we are going to use the FX Pro Camera Ready Primer. If you want to put this on yourself, you can. Or I can, because I just washed my hands. So.
You're fine. Okay, you can do it.
I do have a new bottle of this somewhere. We need about 2 little dots, if you can see that. One for each side. It feels really smooth.
It does.
Like I can feel it like smoothing out here. It's like a silicone base. The reason I use this one on you is because you said your skin is a little bit oily, and the strobe, the purple tube, I always call it purple tube. The purple tube is for when your skin is dry. It needs a little bit more.
It smells good too.
I think all their stuff smells good. It's like a powdery, you know. But I wish you could really see, because like where your pores are bigger, when I put it on there, they literally like disappear.
You can see my skin isn't even as shiny, you know.
Okay, let me leave that dry for a second, and I'm gonna spray her face with time locking spray. If you're jumping on, say hi. We can't tell who's on here, so just say hi. We have one person. Woohoo! All right, close your eyes. And then that will dry. And then next we're gonna do your eyes first, and then your face. Let's do a cat eye.
Sure.
We're gonna use our little papers. Sometimes though with that primer, these stickers don't want to stick. So I got these stickers on Amazon. You get like 100 for like $5. Super cheap.
I'm gonna have to give me some.
Yeah, they're really nice. And you just peel off the top one. You can peel the whole thing off, but I don't want that sticking to my skin. So you just peel off that top piece. And then you take it from the outside corner of your eye. Don't get your lashes. To the outside of your brow right there.
Oh, nice.
And so when you take that off, it's going to be a really sharp line of your eyeshadow.
Cool.
And you put that on before you put your eyeshadow primer on. Same on this side, just go under that corner to the outside, right to the edge of your brow there. Does it feel like it's sticking okay?
Yeah.
Is it pulling on your lashes or
Nope.
anything?
Nope. We're good.
Alright. You got us right by the oven, jeez.
I know. I was just hearing a little bit.
I was like, whew. Hot.
It's gonna start smelling like cookies.
At least it's not smell-o-vision. So this is the Pro Fit Primer, eyeshadow primer. We're going to put this right on Vicky's lids with my finger. And like I said, I just washed my hands with calendula soap.
Yeah, that would probably be more helpful.
We're going to take it all the way to the brow and all the way to that shield. Sorry, slippery fingers. I'm just lifting up a little bit because your eye's a little hooded, and it just helps get it in that crease right here.
Equity, untapped property. It's
And once that dries, your eyeshadow is literally going nowhere. Literally. Alright. Now, we have our beautiful palette. Here's Olivia. What's up?
Are the things done
No,
yet?
honey, they're not even in yet.
Why?
Because we're waiting for the oven to heat up.
Okay.
Alright.
You're a little late, Sadie.
This is what we're going to use. Sadie. We're going to take this middle gold color and put it right in the crease to the corner.
If you need me to hold up mine.
We're going to start right where that shield goes and go right where her crease would be. Right where that little hood of her eye is.
Join us tonight at 9 p.m.
You're watching West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
And do something on the other side. You can come in. Huh?
She said you said it was saving.
Huh?
Well, it feels better in there. You mean me and her?
It's up to her mom, but I thought her mom said she has to stay outside.
This program is provided.
What?
Now, offering a language program that uses interactive dialogue and speech recognition technology to teach a new language, like Spanish, French, and Russian. Babbel is available in the App Store or online at
What? My favorite town.
Beekeeper,
Okay.
mentor.
Then we're gonna take our
James
wine color, I guess.
Taylor's
it's
advice
gonna
to
take.
help you live your life. Life.
I'm using this thicker brush because I used the fluffy brush on mine and I got a lot of like, the color didn't stay, it kind of just like drifted onto my face. And that's what's nice about these two is it catches the extra. So when you take it off, it's not still on your eye.
And by contributions to this PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
And now, BBC World News. I'm Kathy Kay in Washington. This is BBC World News America. Europe has overtaken the United States in the number of new COVID cases. The continent is heading helter-skelter into a second wave of COVID infections. Governments respond with stricter measures. There's a curfew now in
I
Paris.
love this one,
coming
it's
up.
like so pretty.
Shut in Barcelona.
We're supposed to get new eyeshadow palettes next month with like more than 3 colors.
Few politicians have done well during COVID, but New Zealand's Prime Minister has, and she hopes this weekend's election will reward
Sorry.
her.
You're okay. It's like a reflex.
With demonstrators protesting against the King and the Prime Minister.
And it's different when you're not used to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you might have me over here all the time. Hey, I'm going out because
It's gonna be a catfish today.
Wow.
Hey, some of those people's makeup, I'm just like, wow.
No.
Amazing job.
Welcome to World News America on PBS and around the globe. The European Union is now reporting more daily COVID cases than the United States. The World Health Organization
I'm so sick of hearing about COVID.
must impose tough
So
new
dumb
restrictions
anymore.
in order to save lives. But that means the curfew will come into force on Saturday.
I'm just gonna take a little bit. This green is, I like it, but it's so picky. Last time when I did mine, I ended up taking it off and redoing
From
it.
Paris,
So
here's
I'm
Lucy Williams.
just gonna try to get a little bit on
Time
that
moves
side.
slowly in the cafes around the Sorbonne, but student social life
Right, where'd they go?
virtually unchanged.
Olivia!
She
might get the front.
Marseille and Lyon. Mathilde, studying management here, agrees this curfew is for them, but will it work?
I don't think that it will work that much. If I didn't have sex, I think I will go out with people and doing parties at 20, 21 to 6 a.m.
The curfews are being imposed on France's worst hit places, the Paris region and 8 other cities, including Marseille, Toulouse, Lyon and Lille. Hotspots which span the length and breadth of France. These may be targeted
I'm trying to make sure both sides are
restrictions, but together
the
they add
same.
up to a national problem. What the government is desperate to avoid is a national solution. Some medics are already calling for another nationwide lockdowns.
Nous avons, depuis plusieurs mois, for several months now, we've adopted a tailored strategy. We've opted for targeted measures, city restrictions,
And
area
then
rather than generalized bans.
I'm going to
We
take,
rely on trust from local officials, first and foremost the mayors.
this is my peach palette.
Without
We're going to take this middle highlight color to do above her brow bone.
The government has been careful to consult local leaders of accusations it was sidelining them last month. But there's still a lot of opposition. The mayor of Marseille has said she's
And then once we do your foundation, we'll put it on the corners on the inside of your eye.
Happen, she said. Companies, canteens,
Ooh, that oven is cooking me out.
in the wrong place. Almost
And I'm
half
not
the
looking
lights
forward to it
in
smelling like
Paris
chocolate
are
chip
already
cookies.
full of
I know.
Staff of this hospital
Dang.
said they were
Put a little bit more
preparing for a
green.
marathon sprint. One nurse we spoke to broke down as he described the past 6
No, this is what they do. They start to make stuff and then they just go away. And I end up finishing it.
Lucy Williamson, BBC News, Paris.
Because his cookies are still sitting out there.
France, but this is happening
Mm,
right
come back
across
yet.
Europe. There are lots of different countries that are taking
You
these
should
measures.
message him.
And as Europe cracks down
Hello,
on
where
social
are you?
used to spread the coronavirus,
Maybe
experts
find out where
in the
Louis
US are
is, too.
warning of a
Okay.
possible third wave of new cases here. Look at this trend. The first wave hit on April the 10th. Then the number
It always looks crazy in the process.
That's okay, I trust you.
7,000 reported infections. And that looks like we may have Texas, California have seen big rises over the past week, but some Midwest states, which were largely spared in the spring and summer, are now experiencing spikes.
Oh, they're right here, Melissa. They're here.
They're in the backyard.
My mom said it was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her house was looking nice so far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We've already got my room painted.
Nice.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, girl.
We can still want my pictures from.
You're fine.
That's where we usually go. I usually go to play.
They are very unpopular. Where
Don't be in Kayla's room.
European governments are getting this right in their response? Should they be having
Yeah, don't be in Kayla's room.
Yeah, I can see her.
Is that where the problem is?
Then I'm going to spray this brush with the Beefit spray. It helps for the foundation to go on your skin and not into the brush.
Supreme Court. And folks look back at the 2000 Bush v. Gore.
The alleged voter fraud and how this does or doesn't align with a long and tragic history of this country. You know,
I think if I do your makeup again, I'll try to CC. I might add some because you have red skin.
Again, 5 months later, researchers saying reinfections like this are considered rare. It complements the fall surge. Doctors sounding
Yeah, I got like a
alarm.
pink
At
thing.
Integra's Health in Oklahoma City, they run out of ICU beds.
It's challenging. It's the same thing over and over again, dealing with very, very sick patients. It's tough for families, it's tough for staff, it's tough for doctors, it's tough for nurses. And people are tired.
That's a little bit
Cases
like
now
that.
climbing in 38 states. Hospitals
like the others, 40%.
Wisconsin's governor urging people to stay home.
The jeweler said,
Door number one. You know, the question was door number one. Do we do a statewide recount?
Just better. Starting off at a much, much higher baseline. We have 50,000 cases a day right now. You know, even in Germany's
Just
latest
close
one,
it
it's
up.
much lower than America's
About
caseload
touching
adjusted for population. So I've been making the same case to American policymakers.
Aaron!
There's no time to lose.
Take a drink of my Dr. Pepper real quick.
You'll find yourself with very high choices.
Need a little something, something.
Well, some are. Most, the problem with this is that the decisions they have to make now, like shutting down bars and curtailing indoor dining, feel
You want to put your cookies in?
Yeah, is that girl on
and so the action is always, well,
Yeah, she's playing with Olivia.
full. But the problem is by the time
No, I have my shirt on. I don't know if.
you have many weeks.
Or I have my shirt off. I don't know if she's in there or not.
You're in big trouble. It's always
No, she's turning there.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the argument here against shutdowns is that, actually the mortality rate seems to have declined and we don't have...
You keep eating and it's not going to fill up the thing.
Yeah, this has been, we've been with this movie over and over again. What happens is young people start off with infections, because they're the ones who are going to bars and nightclubs. They get infected, and then cases spike, and then they infect their parents and uncles and aunts and grandparents, and that usually takes a few more weeks. Then those people get infected, they get sick, and then eventually end up in the hospital.
It's a lot of dabbing.
But the problem with that is that it gives everybody...
Almost feels like a face massage.
That's how the virus is no longer so lethal. It's still the same virus we had in March.
Okay, Dr. Zhao, thank you very much for joining us. People here in America look at what is happening in Europe because we cannot just have a failure of imagination over this one. There is an image of what could happen if measures are not taken and if we don't take measures ourselves to protect ourselves. New Zealanders will vote this weekend in the country's general election, and if the polls are right, Jacinda Ardern is favourite to stay in
Blending,
power.
blending, lots of blending. Okay, and then I need concealer, and I forget which ones these are. This is the lightest one, and I think this one's called Honey. I'm pretty sure.
She was virtually unknown when she became prime
These
minister.
say full coverage, but I don't think they are.
Established
I think
Jacinda
I like
Ardern
them
as
a lot.
one of the world's most notable leaders,
You gotta put them on and leave them for a second before you try to start blending them out.
especially by the Christchurch terror attacks.
It is clear that this is one of New Zealand's darkest days.
Jacinda Ardern grieved with the families. Her decisiveness and empathy united the nation at the most tragic of times.
Many of those who will be receiving
It's a battle. It's a battle out there. I'm just gonna blend that green on this. One on the inside. Alright, then for those, I take a beauty sponge, which my pink one is filthy, that's why I'm using this one. And spray it with the B-Fit spray. It keeps the concealer from going into the sponge and helps it melt into like fine lines and wrinkles.
Oh, nice. I'm learning. I can use all of it.
I'm not a professional, but I'm learning.
It's all that matters.
Will recognise as the hallmarks of somebody who I suspect will go down as one of the great prime ministers of New Zealand.
The Jacinda Ardern brand is inevitably a big focus of this election. Many have said that her leadership style, based on kindness and compassion, has changed the political rhetoric in the country. During the COVID-19 lockdown, she addressed New Zealanders directly and said it would take a team of 5 million to get through it. But despite her message of unity, there are still those who feel left behind.
You probably need a shade lighter of the foundation that I use, but I don't think it looks real bad. Well, once we blend it out and put the bronzer and stuff on, you're not really gonna tell.
School lunches or uniforms for her kids.
In the last 3 years, they
Oh,
promised
sorry.
that they were going to reform this welfare issue, poverty issue that we have been. Where's that promise? Nothing. My message to the
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
The light, trust me, when you see it like in a different light, 'cause that light is always next level.
Oh, yeah, the ring
Makes
light.
it like. I'm gonna use a bronzing powder to do her contour. And this is the Pharmacy brush. Flat top kabuki. I'm gonna start right on the outside of your ear and come down under your cheek.
With a global pandemic still looming large. Shana Khalil, UC News, Sydney.
Look at more on my election. I'm joined up by Hannah White, online political journalist for TVNZ in Auckland. Anna, thank you so much for joining us. Whenever I ask people which countries have got it right, I ask immunologists this question. They point to Taiwan and they point to New Zealand.
What's up, Liz?
Jacinda Ardern in particular is held as the poster child for managing the coronavirus. lauded at home as she is abroad?
For a long time, I was using the bronzer and the 3-in-1 palette every day, and I still do like it, but I definitely like this better. It goes on like a more natural color than
So after our first lockdown, that was March to May, her pollen ratings went sky high. Since then, they've kind of evened out, but it's going to election tomorrow. It looks very clear that the Labour government is going to stay. And do New Zealanders feel that the country is out of the woods now? After our first lockdown, I think that was the general feeling. We did have a resurgence a couple of months later in our largest city, Auckland. That saw the whole city plunge into lockdown again. So I think New Zealanders are slightly more on edge than they were previously, knowing that this virus is something that can come back and can really impact our economy and our livelihoods. I guess the question is, Prime Minister handled the virus well, and can she now handle the economic recovery just as well? Because that is what, if she's elected, that is going to be what she has to deal with next year, right?
I thought that was a person, it's the dog. Like someone is watching me.
Yeah, so I feel like you do look at New Zealand, we are an island nation, and it was easy to close our borders early, so that made a huge difference.
And of course, we're right by her water dish.
Of course.
Of course.
But moving on to our economy,
I'm just going to take some of this pink in the 3-in-1 palette and some of the highlighter. I always just do it together so it's not too red. It's not really strong.
the Labour Party, the main governing party, war and looking after our economy. So looking after those unemployment rates, those businesses that are really struggling, that's been a major focus in our election campaign. A lot of the policies are focused on trying to get people back into work and trying to start business again, just so we can look forward and really deal with the economic crisis that is coming and that we're at the moment. Okay, and I like that joining the system. Thank you so much.
Super pretty. And then this is contour that I'm going to use right here.
A quick look at other news now. Police have raided the homes and offices of France's health minister, its public health director, and former prime minister as an investigation into the government's response to the COVID crisis deepens.
And I'm going to use a tiny brush.
I don't think they got to see it.
Oh, sorry. Very tiny. It's a small, like, flat top kabuki brush.
Let me get a drink.
Go ahead. I'm going to get a drink too.
Two Catholic priests have gone on trial in the Vatican. It's the first time the city-state has prosecuted allegations of sexual abuse. Gabriele Nelly is accused of sexually assaulting an altar boy, and Enrico Radice is
Yeah, that was a fair chance minister
Really?
that molested.
They all commented on the case. Singapore and Hong Kong, two of Asia's biggest financial hubs, have agreed to set up a coronavirus travel bubble within the next few weeks. The Singaporean transport minister said the quarantine would no longer be necessary, but there would be mandatory COVID-19 testing. Both countries have already had small numbers of deaths and cases from the coronavirus. You're watching BBC World News America, and still to come on this program. The Trump campaign sails into Miami.
Use black. Well, we're going to use black eyeliner because we're going to do your lashes. Unless you don't want to. Do you just want to do the mascara and try that, or do you want to do your lashes?
I'd like to. If we
Yeah,
could.
yeah, we can. I don't want to be telling you what to do. I'm going to do that. I use the felt tip first because
Yeah, that's fine.
it that other the magnet liner I feel like is so thick.
It is really thick.
Yeah. I'm looking for my lash curler.
Phase 2 trials has not yet been made public, so of course questions still exist. You know, it's interesting in terms of the public mood here. A lot of people are quite sceptical. A lot of people in surveys have suggested that they wouldn't be willing to have the vaccine
This is eyebrow mascara. Literally the only thing I ever use. But we have tons of other things like pencils. Little, I forget what the pots are called, but it's like little wax. Yeah. So this is if you have brows that you're good with and you're not going to shape them out, you're just darkening them in. If you want to shape them out or make them a different shape, then you would need. I forget what that little pot stuff is called.
Arrested and taken out of the city in what looks like a concerted effort to shut the movement down.
Very nicely shaped eyebrows.
Well, thank you.
Against lines of police who seemed unsure how tough they could be in this beautiful country.
That's such a good comment.
Huh?
I had such a good comment.
Oh,
when we're live.
Okay, you're gonna save it for later.
Save it for later.
All right, this part makes me a little nervous. Wait, I gotta just on my curler real fast. I'll be right back.
This first day of the protest ban is not very well for the authorities. One of the few leaders to escape arrest, Mike Rayon, then led the crowd with a chant of "We're not afraid." A lot of people here. He believes what happens next largely depends on the king.
Do you think the king is listening to you?
ไม่สามารถตอบได้เลยครับ เราพยายามที่
I cannot answer that easily. We would like His Majesty to adjust himself. We don't want to also
I'm gonna have to work him on here and then I will find it. I don't know. But there's some lipstick samples in here.
Oh, okay.
Usually I hang that right on the corner of my cup here.
Yeah, it's time to put that
Oh, here it is.
marshmallows on it.
You're gonna put marshmallows on it?
Yeah.
You might want to turn it because the backside's getting real brown.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. You gotta hold still. You want to do it yourself?
No, go ahead.
I want to squeeze your eyeball. There we go. You got lots of eyelashes.
I do.
Okay.
Good job.
And then
Ooh, eyeliner.
I'll make sure
Oh, it smells so good.
Making a splash against Miami's favorite boats. It's chaotic, noisy, and exuberant. If every election throws up a new way of campaigning, this is 2020's innovation, the boat parade. The president's son Eric is the star attraction. If you look at the boat, Donald Trump is facing 12 very strong headwinds. He's being outspaced. In key battleground states, he's down. But among Hispanic voters, his head is above water. And in this critical state, that would be a vital lifeline. The Hispanic and Latino vote in Florida is critical.
I wish I would have got a little more green now. That green is so picky. It's like you either get way too much or not enough. See on that wing right there?
Yeah, I see it.
Americans are here, and they want the freedom to choose. They want Donald Trump.
Both sides are pouring millions into ads for the Hispanic TV market. Even on Spanish language stations, there's no escape from the election.
Adios.
The president didn't vote for Biden or Trump.
But the Hispanic vote is not a monolithic bloc as this Democratic canvasser
Sugar,
of
yeah.
Little Havana explains.
Here, the community is not
And
just
then tomorrow I'm making the peanut butter ones.
the Cuban vote, the Honduran vote,
You got a life plan.
and so it's
Huh?
important to
As long as you got a life plan.
Joe Biden was here earlier in the week, and though he has a great big step, polls suggest he's
I need to take it a little further out on that side. Yeah.
But why? The number 2 in the Democratic Party for the crucial Miami-Dade district gives a brutally candid answer.
The Trump administration has run a playbook which has been shared
Right, now
for the past 3 years.
I'm going to do your mascara and let that dry a minute before we put that magnet lashes on. And then I'm going to put terracotta blush and just blend it out a little bit on the cheeks. I need a little. No, you're good. So this mascara has 2 wands. This one goes first for lengthening. Yeah, length. And then the second one is for volume. We're just going to use lengthening because we're going to put the falsies on.
All eyes on Florida, and of course that very particular Florida Hispanic vote, which is different from the Hispanic vote in some other states and different even within the state between Cubans, Venezuelans, and people from Puerto Rico. Before we go, a story from Romania which has been making a bit of a splash. Just watch these divers going headfirst into one of the world's oldest salt mines. It has been out of use since 1880, so it doesn't attract
You really have a lot of eyelashes.
Anybody's going headfirst into the water like this. Because of the high salt content in the water, the divers face a quick deceleration from 85 kilometers per hour to 0 after they hit that pitch black surface. One of them tweeted, "It's the most outstanding and mentally demanding project that I have ever done in my life."
I like these brushes because they're silicone and like your lashes, they stick together. But when you take this, like it combs them apart.
Funding for presentation of this program is provided by Babel, an online program developed by language specialists teaching Spanish, French, and more. Financial services firm Raymond James.
Here it is.
Funding was also provided by the Freedom Foundation.
I have lip liner too. I have a pink one and a brown one.
Pursuing solutions for America's neglected needs.
All right, let me put my.
Thank you.
I don't know how you do it, but I always do one eye, let it dry.
That's what I do too.
Because I'm always worried it's gonna like
clump up. Because once it
yeah,
does,
and I have that little hood like you too, and if I look up, then it gets in the crease, and then you gotta look, it's a mess. While you got your eyes closed, I'm gonna try to put a little more green right there. I do 2 coats, do you?
we can. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
I'm going for it.
Back on stage, the candidates gear up for their second debate. Donald Trump fails to protect her.
It goes on really easy, which I do like.
Trying to scare her.
And pharmacy is supposed to get some lashes, so which ones did you want me to use?
The ones that are down here.
Like curled more.
Yeah.
Show that on stage.
I can tell which one is which eye.
2020 election special.
One in that
The
one.
second presidential debate.
So these are the same magnet lashes that I use that I showed on my other videos. They have little magnets on the top of the strip. We let that dry really good, or else it's so messy. And get his snap. Do you have those pink tweezers that came with it? Mine's in the car.
I didn't bring them.
No?
No,
Let me see
sorry.
if I have. That's okay. I don't usually use them, but I have never put them on someone else, you know?
I feel you.
Here's some hair tweezers. The regular tweezers, you gotta be careful because they hook to the magnet.
You're watching West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Alright. Okay.
Ooh la la.
And I usually put a little bit of mascara to you to push your lashes together.
Yep.
I'm gonna use that little brush. Is perfect for it on the first tube of this.
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
girl, that's all right. You're good. We'll have to get a little Q-tip for underneath. Did I get you in the eye? I'm sorry. I'm gonna do your bottom lashes. Well, I already got you jacked up.
It's all good.
Good News Mountain Your Garage, a non-profit corporation accepting donated vehicles to help West.
I'm gonna let you do it because now I'm nervous.
No, it's okay.
I don't want to get your eye.
Which?
The bottom.
The bottom one.
Good evening, I'm Judy
Did I?
tonight.
There we go. Alright.
Let's see whether I messed it up or not.
I don't think you did. There's a little bit of, see it right there?
Yeah.
But we'll get that and I'll fix it. Yeah. I'll put a little bit of concealer and then rub it out.
We're good.
Okay, now the other eye. Okay, I'm gonna take these out real quick.
Oh wow, that looks really good. That going in there.
Is your eye okay?
It's just, yeah, it's okay.
The lashes.
You know how I like. Yeah. It'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Well, it's really pretty.
The PBS NewsHour has been provided by. When the world gets complicated, a lot goes through your mind. With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor can tailor advice and recommendations to your life. That's Fidelity Wealth Management. Consumer Cellular. Johnson & Johnson. Financial services firm Raymond James.
That's a pretty thick coat, so I'm not going to put a second one on that eye. I'm just going to let it dry.
The Vicky Fund, committed to advancing restorative justice and
Here.
through investments in transformative leaders and ideas. More at candidafund.org.
Too bad we don't have those little fans like some people do.
Oh, yeah.
Supporting innovations
That would
in
be
education,
nice.
democratic engagement, and the advancement of international
hot
peace
now.
and security.
It is
As part of
And the cookies didn't help any of that.
No, I think that's the problem. I am going to put a little more right here. Let me go check on them girls real quick.
Okay.
Next time we'll use this one and we'll go all in like the smoky eye palette.
Sweet.
It's like black, gray, and or black, silver, and white.
Oh, cool.
Pretty. Alright. You ready?
Yep.
President Trump and Democratic rival
Okay,
Joe
so
Biden
still.
were supposed to meet face to face tonight.
This light is like blinding me. I can't see.
I know when
can't see where I put stuff.
when I'm trying to look at you, sometimes I can't. I'm like, oh.
I can't see you. Okay, well. I knew they got a D right here somewhere, but. Oh, there. Alright.
The night when he was to have his second debate with President Trump. That was canceled following the president's coronavirus diagnosis only 2 weeks ago. Instead, voters get a network TV face-off, with Trump holding a separate town hall at the same time tonight on NBC.
So I'll see you later on NBC. I look forward to it.
There was some traditional campaigning today. The president's
Yay! And then I'll let you do
Yeah.
that again, and then I'm gonna do your
Which one? It's
the first one. The length, yeah.
The state of North Carolina, we're going to win 4 more years in the White House.
The crowd was enthusiastic for Trump and many openly defiant of health guidelines, not wearing masks and standing closely together. Democrat
How's that
Vicky,
look?
nominee California Senator Kamala Harris, was also
Yeah,
in
miss them.
the
Heard that.
today. The campaign canceled all Harris events.
Now I'm just taking the terracotta blush and blending out that pinkish color a little bit.
Working with her
And
campaign
it just makes it like a
tested
golden.
positive for coronavirus
This is like my favorite of everything. Like literally, if I only could have one thing, it would be this. It's my favorite.
Monday and Tuesday also tested positive for COVID-19.
Let me get that little bit of I'm gonna use this honey concealer just to cover up that. I don't want it to fly out. That little bit of
At the same time, there was good news for the Biden campaign. Last night, the Democratic nominee announced another record fundraising goal: $383 million in September. The Trump campaign hasn't yet announced its September fundraising numbers. Biden's cash boost is part of a tsunami of donations reaching other Democrats as well. In Arizona's Senate race, challenger Mark Kelly announced raising $38.7 million in the past 3 months.
You're gonna make sure you blend and blend and blend, and don't spray your face until you're done blending. Because when you spray, you're done. I'm gonna put a little bit of
South Carolina, challenging Republican Lindsey Graham. Harrison raised an eye-popping $57 million in the third quarter. The question is, how can they spend it all? It is now 19 days until the election. More than 17 million voters in 43 states have already cast their ballots.
Okay. Now I'm gonna spray, and I'll let you. I'll take your selfie, and then you can go look in a mirror.
And meanwhile, on new PBS NewsHour.
Oh wait, what do you want me to put on your lips? That's what we need to do.
Vice President Joe Biden
Let's see.
an 11-point lead nationally over President Trump in the race for the White House.
This is lip lava.
So Lisa, I know you look at the numbers. What's behind this wide gap for Joe Biden, and how much of it is Republicans leaving President Trump?
It's a gloss. It's not like I thought it was lipstick. It's gloss, right? Mm-hmm. Do you mix them?
I can't. We can.
Well, that's really pretty. That last one.
93 to 96%, they're supporting their candidate. Who is making a difference? Independents. Look at our survey.
Good job.
Thanks. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna post a before and after. Don't hate on my safety glasses, and we'll see you guys later.